Hey howdy hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Just recently, a lot of news and hype around Tarkov Arena has hit new peaks because of Gamescom 2023. For those of you who are unaware, BattleState showed up at Gamescom 2023 with a playable build of Tarkov Arena, and from what the hands-on players said, it was actually kinda decent. I want to go over some of the things coming into Tarkov Arena, when EOD players can expect to actually play it, and my thoughts from the perspective of a Tarkov detester. But before we get into it, and if it ain't too much to ask, like and sub for more content like this. Okay, let's get into it. Tarkov Arena, for those of you who are not aware, is a separate game mode from Escape from Tarkov that has a heavy emphasis on PvP arena modes. If you're still kind of lost, think of a game like Insurgency Sandstorm or Squad, just super condensed down and thrown into a small PvP CQB area. Tarkov Arena has been mockingly advertised by Nikita himself and BattleState as being completed for about 2 years now. He just wanted to finish Streets of Tarkov first, you know? To be honest, he should have just skipped past finishing Streets, because here we are, months after Streets dropped into Tarkov, and it's still a buggy, broken mess of a map. To get back on topic here before my viewer retention plummets and my goal of hitting 2K subs before the new year goes away, let's go ahead and talk about some of the things we can expect coming into Tarkov Arena. Side note, the countdown everyone has seen on the discount for the EOD edition of this game puts us at December 29th or December 30th, leaving me to believe that this is going to be dropping around New Year's. Tarkov Arena is going to take on a weird hybrid of specialist and operator roles, with those roles being Assault, CQB, Scout, and Sniper. Now you're probably wondering why I said this game is going to give us a weird specialist operator hybrid system. Well, it's because the impressive and overly complicated weapon mod system that Tarkov is notoriously known for is not making an appearance in the Tarkov Arena. I'm sure some customization will be utilized and available, but it would be like customizing loadouts in a game like Rainbow Six Siege. A feature that's coming into Tarkov Arena will include a 2 games 1 character mechanic, meaning that whatever skill and weapon mastering you do in the Tarkov Arena will carry over into base Tarkov and vice versa. There's a fair share of good and bad that comes out of this. For starters, the people who hate base Tarkov, like myself, will have a better chance to compete against the people who think living inside of Tarkov is better than living in reality. I don't hate the idea that skills and weapon mastering will carry over. I guess you could say that's the incentive to get people to play Arena in the first place. I want to talk about the RPG elements and how they can possibly be exploited, but I'll save that for the end of the video, or you can skip to this time frame right here. Tarkov Arena is going to have a wide variety of game modes to play. Shootout, which is a round robin tournament mode where the top 2 teams in the tournament will face off against each other at the end of the match. Team Fight, which is a 7-round objective-based single life mode. Overrun, which is a 5-person PvE co-op mission mode. Last Hero, which is just a free-for-all mode. And last but not least, we have a duel mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. A dueling mode. Personally, I think the mode that I'm most excited for is Team Fight. I'm all for my one life objective mode, so this is going to be perfectly fine for me. Everything else just seems kind of mid. An arena multiplayer shooter is only as good as its map, so let's run down the map list. For starters, we have Sawmill, one of the maps from the gameplay footage. Bay 5 looks like it could be inside of the customs map. Definitely gives me a Call of Duty shipment vibe. Air Pit, which is going to be primarily used for duel, last hero, and maybe even shootout. To finish off the map list, we have Equator, which is a quote makeshift arena for gladiator fights. Take whatever I said about Air Pit and apply it to Equator. There are 3 other maps I don't have a lot of information on, but those maps are the Bowl, the Box, and Resort. From what I've been able to tell, these will be very CQB heavy maps with lots of lanes to utilize based on whatever game mode you happen to be playing. Now that the overview of everything is done, let's go ahead and discuss my thoughts on Tarkov Arena. For starters, do I think this game mode is going to split the player base like many people think it will? Absolutely not. If anything, it's going to bring back the old players who don't like how base Tarkov functions and get them into the arena mode. I also want to commend BSG on making the netcode evidently smoother for arena, because everyone knows the netcode in base Tarkov is worse than spending the day with your drunk uncle who gets a sip of Jack Daniels in his system and looks at you like you're a goddamn punching bag. Regardless, I'm glad arena is coming soon, potentially at the end of the year if the previously mentioned countdown timer is anything to go off of. Tarkov veterans have been waiting 2 years for this game mode. I mean, what's a little bit of speculation going to do at this point, right? There are some things I can say that are positive about Arena, like how there is a ranked-based matchmaking system instead of a skill-based matchmaking system. The fact that the maps seem to be tailored to every mode in some way, shape, or form. And from what some of the people who played at Gamescom said, it plays like a slower-paced Call of Duty title, which is absolutely fine. This is also another avenue people can go in metaphorically if they want to experience an extremely hardcore PvP shooter. Aside from games like Squad, Insurgency, you know, the typical suspects. But is it fair to say that I'm a little underwhelmed? I mean, come on now, this mode has been teased for literal years now, and we've been told that this game mode is the last major feature to be added into Tarkov before we get the end-all be-all update, which is merging all of the environments together. I'm also a little disappointed in the decision to not have customizable classes, but instead have a weird-ass operator system with preset weaponry. Like I said earlier in the video, half of the prestige that Tarkov has comes from its over-the-top and borderline ridiculous customization and gun building mechanics. Now, could having preset classes level the playing field a little and prevent people from meta boosting weapons? 100%. And if it does that, I take back everything I said about it being weird and dumb. But I'm kind of a believe it when I see it kind of person, so only time will tell. Another thing that chaps my ass worse than an 8-hour pony ride is the skill system carrying over into Arena. Tell me why a skill system would even be necessary in this goddamn game mode. You're talking about literal RPG elements being brought into a PvP arena shooter. What I'm about to say is metaphorical, kinda, but you do know what's gonna happen, right? Someone who has more time on their hands than a Rolex dealer is going to skill boost to high heavens in the base game, then go over into the PvP and absolutely fucking mop the piss-soaked floor with everyone in the lobby. I could be completely wrong and missing the mark here. The skill systems could potentially be split up, but that would negate the 2 games 1 character advertising BattleState has posted on the official website. Of course, everything I just said in this video could be changed because we are months or potentially even years away from playing Tarkov Arena. And if BattleState were to come out tomorrow and say, hey, we're postponing the release of Tarkov Arena to work on a few things, I'm not gonna be upset or even that surprised. But you have to admit, taking a look at the gameplay footage, it looks like these guys have put a lot of hard work into this mode. And with all of the positives I just talked about, including the game modes and the maps, I could see potentially an esports opportunity coming into Tarkov. Now, of course, every single Tarkov Chad and Stan out there is going to be grimacing at the fact I just said that, but if you want your game to be profitable nowadays, it has to appease to a certain crowd, and that crowd is going to be esports players. Whether or not they're going to be super serious or not, that's going to be completely up to time. And with competitive ranked matchmaking being a thing in Tarkov Arena, it's only going to make things a lot more heated. I guess to kind of put a bow on everything and start wrapping things up, I'm just going to give it to you straight. I think Escape from Tarkov is a dumbass game. I have never liked Tarkov, I have tried many times to get into it, and I absolutely fucking hate it. But I'll tell you this much though, day 1 of Tarkov Arena, I'm going in balls deep. If you ask me, this is probably best case scenario for the title, considering that people are getting fed up with playing the same jank ass game on the same jank ass netcode, doing the same jank ass quest every single wipe. And if you're someone who likes doing the same thing over and over again, then more power to you. But I'm going to tell you right now, through the eyes of an Arena FPS player of 20 years, Tarkov Arena is going to be huge and what BattleState needs to keep the title going. It just looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of great things that I've seen, and everything I just talked about in this video is the reason why I'm going to be playing Tarkov Arena. What do y'all think of Tarkov Arena? Is it everything you've been wanting, or is it just another wasted avenue BattleState is willing to go down? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you all so much for watching the video. We are just a few subscribers away from hitting 2K before the end of the year. My name is Redbeard Mortis. Speak loud, speak the truth, and I will see you in the next one.